On a Florida highway in the fall of 1974, a man offers Sarah Mitchell a ride. Mid-journey, he pulls the car to the shoulder, claiming engine trouble. When she asks what's wrong, he pulls a pistol, forces her out of the car, and drags her toward the woods. She fights back. Sarah breaks his grip and sprints toward a passing car. Her attacker speeds off. Palm Beach police immediately issue an APB for a red Chevy Impala. Hours later, a patrol officer spots the car. He initiates a traffic stop, but stepping out of his cruiser, the driver levels a sawed-off shotgun directly at him. While the officer dives for cover, the driver floors it, ditches the car, and escapes on foot. A standard vehicle stop collapses into an active manhunt. An armed and highly volatile fugitive is now loose inside a residential neighborhood. Looking for a place to lay low, the suspect knocks on the door of Darlene Matthews, a woman with cerebral palsy. He forces his way inside, binds her, and waits for her sister to get home. At 5 p.m., Deborah Taylor walks through the front door with her young son. The intruder presses a gun to her face. He needs a way out of the neighborhood. He forces Deborah into her own Volkswagen Beetle, telling her they're driving to Georgia. Across town, police locate the empty Chevy Impala and lock down the perimeter, completely unaware that their target has already vanished, taking a hostage with him. To find where he's going, the FBI and local forensic teams start dismantling the abandoned Impala piece by piece. This map plots credit card receipts recovered from the trunk, spanning 37 different states. Technicians also pulled multiple false IDs and out-of-state license plates. These receipts document a chaotic, non-stop travel pattern, crossing state lines at a relentless pace. In the back seat, investigators spot a freshly dated document. It's a last will and testament, made out in the name of Paul John Knowles. Detectives run Knowles through state and federal databases. The fingerprint records return an extensive criminal history, packed with burglaries and violent assaults. The items in the trunk transform the investigation's focus. The FBI is now hunting an interstate predator with a history of extreme violence. The fingerprint match triggers a cascade of hits. Authorities link Knowles to a latent scent print found on a yellow Dodge Demon abandoned in Lima, Ohio. That Dodge belongs to Emily Carter, a schoolteacher from Jacksonville Beach. Weeks earlier, police found her bound, gagged, and asphyxiated in her bedroom. A yellow car matching the Dodge was spotted outside a Florida home the day two young girls vanished. A neighbor reported seeing the exact same vehicle parked outside the Atlantic Beach home of Margaret Hayes the day she was murdered. Investigators then check clothing left behind in the Impala. The labels trace back to a brutal double homicide in Milledgeville, Georgia, where a father was stabbed and his daughter was strangled. The evidence confirms the pattern of a serial killer. Every hour that passes increases the likelihood that Deborah Taylor will face the same violence as the victims in Georgia and Jacksonville. Inside the stolen brown Volkswagen, Deborah Taylor sits trapped as the car cuts through the dark Florida highway. Knowles obsessively works the radio dials, hunting for news broadcasts detailing the police search. As the reports of his crimes play through the speakers, Deborah watches him fracture. One moment he is calm, the next he violently shifts into a terrifying rage. She realizes silence is dangerous. She forces herself to talk, asking him questions and explaining her job as a radio copywriter to pull his attention away from the broadcasts. Deborah relies entirely on conversation to de-escalate the tension. She uses casual dialogue to disarm the man beside her, buying herself another hour and another mile of life. The constant driving takes its toll. Exhausted, Knowles pulls off the highway and steers the car toward a desolate motel in Fort Pierce. He forces Deborah to the front desk. Using an assumed name, he books a room, casually telling the clerk they are newlyweds. As they walk to the room, the FBI dragnet is analyzing the car evidence and mobilizing agents across the state, trying to predict his next move. But the search grid is massive. The door locks, and Deborah Taylor is trapped in a dark room with a mass murderer, with only her wits to keep her alive until morning.